So wiring up one light switch is pretty self-explanatory, but then when we get to 2, 3, or maybe even 4 switches, it gets a little bit confusing for a lot of folks out there. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how it's done, how easy it is, and hopefully clear up any of the confusion that comes with this particular project. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Now, obviously this is a mock-up wall, but it is set up just like a real-world scenario would be, in that we do have live power going into this box. So obviously we've got our hot or line wires down here. You saw the non-contact voltage detector show that there's voltage present there. And then we've got 3 sets of load wires up here at the top. And then up at the top, we've got 3 different light fixtures that each individual switch will operate individually. All right, so the first thing that we want to do before we do any work on this is make sure that the circuit breaker is off that supplies power to this particular box. And then of course, I want to check to make sure that the power is in fact off, which it is. So in this scenario, I showed you that the line wire is down here. That might not always be the case. So you would need to know which wire is in fact the line wire before you start hooking things up. And for this install, we're also going to need what are called pigtails. Now, pigtails are essentially just strips of wire. We just take whatever size wire is on the circuit or currently being run, we just cut it down to size, pull the wires out of the sheathing, and we just make up as many of these pigtails as we're going to need for the number of switches that we have. And on each of my black pigtails, when I'm making these up, I'm going to strip both sides. I'm going to put a hook on one side, and then the other side I'm just going to have stripped off. With the grounds, obviously there's no insulation, so I'm just going to make a hook on one side and leave the other side just straight. All right, so I always like to start with my ground wires. And as you can see in the box already, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 ground wires in the box. But we're also going to need to add 3 pigtails for each one of our switches. That's 7 grounds. And for the ground wires, for demonstration purposes, I'm actually going to use a red wire nut. Now, the red wire nuts are one of the largest wire nuts that you can get, but you still should not connect 7 wires under a single wire nut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 of my 4 grounds that are in the box, and then I'm going to take just a straight piece of ground, no hooks on it whatsoever, and I'm going to combine it with those 3 of 4 ground wires that are in the box. Once I've got those all together, what I like to do is I like to pre-twist my wires when installing wire nuts. I'll just take my lineman pliers, snip off the top, and then I will put one of those red wire nuts in over the top. I'm just going to kind of push those out of the way. Now I've got my straight pigtail here. I've got 1 ground still in the box here, and I've got my 3 pigtails for the light switches. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my straight pigtail that's in the box connecting to the other grounds, take my remaining ground that's already in the box, and then take my 3 pigtails, put those all up next to each other like so. Then I'm going to take my lineman pliers again, pre-twist my wires together, trim off the top, and put another one of these big red Ideal wire nuts on. So now I want to work on my white neutral wires. So I'm going to kind of get them all together here. And I always like to try and keep my line wires down at the bottom and separate them from my load wires and keep those at the top. All right, so as you can see, I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 neutral wires in this box. 1 for the line and 3 for each of my loads going to the different fixtures. And that's because on single pole switches, whether you go with one of these toggle switches or the Decoras, it doesn't matter. Single pole switches do not have any terminal screws or places for the neutral wire to get connected. All these switches are for are to interrupt the power that's being fed, which is our black wires. So on your standard single pole switches, all we're going to do with these 4 neutral wires is we're just going to connect all of them together. But just to show different ways of installing these, I'm going to connect them all together using this 5-port Wago here. So they've got these levers in on top that you just flip up. You got your ports in over on this side here. Wires get inserted, levers get pushed down, and then the wires get locked into place. All right, so again, I've got 4 neutral wires. So I'm going to flip up 4 of the Wago levers. And then I'm just going to insert each neutral wire one by one. And as I insert it, I like to flip the Wago over to the bottom side and make sure that it is all the way seated at the top. That is one really nice thing about these lever connectors. They're clear on the bottom, so I can see my wire. I can see it's making good contact with the bus bar, which is right there, and it's seated all the way at the top. Once I've verified all those things, I just flip that lever down, and now that wire is connected to the lever nut and held in place. I'll just do the same thing with my remaining neutral wires, just stick them in each individual port, flip the lever down as I'm making sure that they are being inserted all the way in on the bottom of the lever nut. All right, so now as you can see, all of my neutral wires are connected together, and now I can push these into the back of the box. All right, so now all that I've got left is my 1 black line wire and my 3 black load wires going to the fixture. But because I have 3 switches and I only have 1 hot wire, I need to turn this 1 hot wire into 3 hot wires. And in order to do this, I could use a wire nut again, or I could use a Wago again, or I could use this Ideal lever nut, which I am actually starting to like more and more because they actually have some added perks to them that the Wago does not have. And if you'd like to learn more about the differences between these and the Wagos, I'll have a link for some videos that I did in the past down in the description down below, which is comparing and contrasting them. But these also come in 5, 3, and 2 port connectors. So I'm just going to take my Ideal Ensure lever nut. I'm going to push that line wire up into that lever nut there. And of course, these also have levers like the Wagos do. But in the instructions with these, they specifically say you can actually push the wires as long as it's solid wire. You can just push the wire into the connector and you don't have to lift the levers. And then I'm just going to take my 3 black pigtails and then I'm going to connect them one by one into the Ideal lever nut. And just like with the Wagos, I can flip it over here to the bottom side. I can see through this clear plastic and it will show me that all of my wires are seated properly all the way at the top. So I know that I have a good connection that's on the bus bar inside. So now that all of those are connected, I can push the lever nut and the line wire into the box. And then I've got my 3 black load wires up here that I need to just quickly put some hooks on. And I can easily do that by using my wire strippers. And now we are ready to start connecting our light switches. We've got our 3 black line wires down here at the bottom. These are what are going to be supplying the power to the switches. We've got our 3 black load wires up here at the top. That's what's going to be taking the power on to the light fixtures when the light switch is in the on position. And we've got our 3 ground wires down here at the bottom. So of course you see 3 of each, and that's for the 3 switches. So I'm going to connect this ground wire to this first switch first. I'm going to wrap that ground wire around this ground screw in a clockwise direction. So now that it's wrapped around there in that clockwise direction, I can now tighten it down. Now on the other side, we've got our 2 brass screws, one here and one here. On a single pole switch, it does not matter whether the line wire goes on the bottom or the top or the load on the top or the bottom. It doesn't really matter which wire goes where. So again, I'm going to take one of my line wires, I'm going to wrap it around that terminal screw in a clockwise direction, and then I'm just going to tighten it down. Then I'm going to take one of my load pigtails and I'm going to do the exact same thing on this top terminal screw on the top of the switch. And now our first switch is completely hooked up and can be screwed into the box. And then I'm just going to repeat the same exact steps that I did on the first light switch. I'm going to connect my ground wire down at the bottom, 1 line wire and 1 load wire on each individual switch. And I'll just do that on the remaining 2 switches. And then at this point we can install the plate in on top. And like always, I'll have links for everything in this video, from the tools to the materials and the connectors that were all used in this video. I'll have links for all of it down in the description down below. When you click on one of those links, it will take you directly to whichever link you clicked on, so you can check out everything for yourself. And now that the circuit breaker is on, now I can test out each individual switch with each of our individual lights up at the top. So let's go ahead by flipping on switch number 1. And as you can see, light number 1 has also now turned on. So now let's turn on switch number 2. Light number 2 has now come on also. So we still have light number 3 out. So let's go ahead and flip on switch number 3. And now light number 3 has now come on. And so that is how you can take 1 line wire or 1 hot wire and be able to operate numerous switches or devices. So super easy and quick to do, and hopefully this demonstration made it easy for everyone to understand. Now if you found value in this video, then you'll definitely find value in this video right over here, where I go over some of the very common mistakes a lot of DIYers don't realize they're even making when installing light switches. If that's of interest to you, all you have to do is click on it. It will take you directly to it. So I hope that you found this to be helpful and interesting, and if you did, if you could do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button right down below. And of course, if you have any questions or comments still, you can leave those down in the comment section. And I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.